Alright, hello everyone, it's Mystic Juicer back with some more Yomi action. We have Leontes versus Fivec in Lum's Lucky Lottery. This is the match before one of them has to face me, I'm pretty sure. So I'm going to get some scouting off. Unfortunately, I joined just after the, basically in the end game, although that is now two successful 2 attacks that have led into exactly 0 damage afterwards. So Fivec's got like what has happened? What does he have in his hand? I mean, I guess just playing the 2 over and over again, if he doesn't have the 3, makes sense. Oh, okay, there we go. There's the 3. He should have a throw in hand. Pretty much the only thing. And has Leontes already played 2 jokers? Yeah, so that's going to be it. Okay. So Leontes, Fivec gets a one game up, and then Leontes will choose to re-random. See what happens next. So Fivec stays. Fivec stays, and Leontes re-randoms into Persephone. Okay, so this should be fairly bad for Leontes. I mean, once Persephone gets a knockdown against Fivec and actually has ace-ace, she should be able to oppress him with the threat of ace-ace and just throw, because there's basically nothing that Vendetta can do against that mix-up except super successfully duff the throws and just block the ace-aces. But that can open up a lot of stuff. He can gold burst up out of the vortex, but Persephone is going to want to dodge some amount of the time, since dodge and AA will both beat the attack side of that defense from Vendetta. But in neutral, I feel like Vendetta is really going to control things. He does have, I believe, the superior throw speeds. Yeah, 7.4. Persephone, I believe, is 7.6, is her fastest throw. As always, she will have basically 8 throws after Vendetta's 7s that will be dominant. So eventually she will have the dominant throw. She'll have the most consistent throw. Vendetta essentially only has 4 ways to, or 4 chances to beat that throw speed. Going in early with knockdown here. I think, yeah, you definitely take the 10 here to keep your king alive. Trading 12 hit points for 10. Not a great trade for Vendetta. You don't want to be taking that all the time, but he's still 10 health up, so he's still in a good position here. Definitely makes a lot of sense to pay it. And you probably pay it almost all of the time. Ooh, and there we go, throw loops. We got nasty stuff. Do we have another counter? Yes, we do. Okay, that's probably why Leontes chose to take the hit. So yeah, I can hedge against both dodge and attack side of king, and if you do king throw me, then at least I get to deal you 10 damage and take you down a peg as well. So I can delay making a decision. Not making a decision, very, very strong in Yomi. You want to do that as often as possible. Just beat your opponent with math. Don't bother outreading them. Don't bother tricking them or outsmarting them. Just beat them with math. That's the best way to go about it. Okay, so he's out of counters. So those throws are dealing real man damage, real Soviet damage, as Mike Z would put it. I believe we've seen maybe 1 even attack to start the sequence off. Yeah. There we go. Good patience from Leontes, blocking his way up. Okay, getting rid of some 2s. They're not going to do all that much for him. So will we see an immediate ace-ace, throw, or dodge? I think those are all very reasonable plays. Ace-ace is probably the least reasonable of those plays. So we could see Fivec just play a duff or go for a throw of his own. Okay, opted to play the safe stuff. Nice bit of health lead here and a lot of cards in hand. So a successful 8 throw or a successful kidney shot from Vendetta is almost certainly going to lead to kill here unless he has a very specifically bad hand. But you really can't bank on that. Okay, there we go. Good 7 throw. Fivec choosing not to let that happen. Tosses away a 4 with that big damage. I think we probably see another dodge from Fivec here. He still has that king. So he could go. So this is a turn for a massive throw duff or a dodge. I would say that block is fairly reasonable as well, but this is fairly late game, and again, he has that king in hand, so there's no reason for him to block here. Ooh. Persephone takes him on a wild ride. This will count for that knockdown. So Vendetta has a guaranteed way out of this vortex. He can always acrobatics on this follow-up turn to prevent Persephone from getting 4 cards back. Ooh, that's kind of an... Well, it's going to matter more. I mean, getting rid of Vendetta's dodges is never a bad thing. How many ranks does he have? He's got 4 ranks of dodges. They're very important for activating acrobatics. They're the thing that Leontes is probably the most worried about in neutral now that he has a single ace and may have a second one. Since he now controls the neutral with the dominant attack, or at least can threaten the fact that he's got the dominant attack in neutral. You really want to eliminate your opponent's ability to get around that. So getting rid of dodges makes a lot of sense. Nice. Good read on that. Do we have another counter? Counter would be very nice. We do not. That's another 4 in the discard. So we are rapidly going to run out of these. So he does not get one of the cards back because he skipped the turn. So it skips right to the combat phase. He does not get a draw, so he does not lose those cards yet. There we go. On your knees. There's that dominant attack speed. Gets the knockdown. There are a tremendous amount of dodges and 8s already in the discard. But he only gets 1 card back on this turn. He opted to get the 6. Okay, yeah, powers up the 6s for a single ace. So single ace threat is pretty good. Gives him a 9. Interesting that he gave him a 9 and not either of the 4s. Is that a temptation play? Like, I know you don't have anything to beat any good normals on my end, so you're going to want to play the 9 here. Yeah, there we go. Baits him into it. Covers it with the 7. Wow, he's got another acrobatics. That is pretty ridiculous. Still has 2 4s held captive. This could still be dangerous. Depending what's in his hand, he could... No, I don't think he can kill from this range. Wow, okay. All right, he's definitely in kill range now, though. He also breaks this sequence here. He gets shuffles those 2 8s back in his deck. So, I mean, doesn't really matter that they're 8s. Like, the throw side is probably not too important. The dodge is definitely important. I say the 8's not too important because we've already got a 7 in the discard. We've already seen 1 king. Although he could be for the next little while. Leontes might be a little throw starved. He might not have too many good options here. Yeah, good play on Fivec's part there. Definitely keeping the pressure on Leontes' hand so that he can't start accumulating that massive card advantage and continuously threaten the vortex. And continuously threaten specifically on your knees. Okay. Going for some safe stuff here. Leontes just trying to poke out a big normal or throw. I don't know. Does that beat a king? It does not beat a king. 3.2 is the speed to beat. So single ace notably does undercut neutral king attack from Vendetta, which is interesting to keep in mind. Vendetta does have his jack as an option to undercut the single ace, and his queen is 3.0 speed, so that can clash with it. It's a good trade on his part. Wow, okay, Leontes has the other 7. This is where the pressure is really going to start mounting. He's going to pick up one of those aces. Could pick up another 7. If he's got a dodge in hand, he can threaten the dodge throw mix-up. With 6 cards in hand, 1 known ace, fairly unlikely that he has lethal off of a Mistress's Command, although you do have to think about it as Fivec. So if Fivec absolutely wants to avoid Mistress's Command and he doesn't have any more jokers, he's already spent the 1. He does have ace-ace, so he can throw into ace-ace for 25. Okay, yeah, went for the safe stuff, just went for the block. Leontes was expecting an attack, wanted to hedge. Felt pretty safe there. Probably was not going to get thrown, because again, there's no lethal off of throw. Fivec could have the 3rd or 4th ace in hand, or the 3rd ace he needs. We know he's got 2. He could have the 3rd ace he needs to be able to play. Oh boy, this might be over here. Depending on his hand composition, we're gonna get a chance to see it right here. Although we won't see Leontes's, but we'll see just how painful this could be for Fivec. Leontes may choose to make this. Oh wow, had the 3 aces too. That's really brutal. That's really brutal. So I think you deprive 3 aces and then just dodge. If you've got the dodge, you absolutely take that play. He's got nothing. He'll be absolutely soft to a 3 cross up off of this hand. He can power up the 2 6s to get another ace, so he'll have 2.0 speed, but you can probably play around that. I guess he could potentially, he had an 8 in hand. Oh, chooses to throw him instead. Maybe he's got lethal. I think this makes a lot more sense if you have lethal. Okay, doesn't. Jays, please. Yeah, I guess he didn't really need to do all that much damage. I'm surprised. Okay, so he doesn't have dodges in hand. That's what that play tells me. If he had dodges in hand, he would have done that. If Fivec thinks a dodge is likely, I think you just go throw. Otherwise, you can play safe stuff. You can try to go for dodge, or you can play raw triple ace. He has... No, he doesn't have... Okay, yeah, he took the throw out of his hand, so he couldn't get lethal off of throw into 6 for 14 into 18, 32. Yeah, that would have been exactly lethal off of throw. And there it is. Did not go for the dodge. And pays for it with his life. Okay, so what will Fivec choose to do here? Does he want to play... Okay, he wants to play a random character against Persephone, rather than playing Vendetta against a random character. So make of that what you will. Okay. BBB versus Persephone. So this is, I think, pretty hard for BBB. If he plays it like with an aim to go to range and win that way, it can be really, really rough. Persephone can basically spam dodges, because as soon as she's successful with one, she gets to recur another one. If she's successful with, like, if she manages to loop even once, she gets a ton of dodges. right off the bat. And yeah, that's really the way to put the pressure on. Is Persephone has very few hit points. Oh my god, this is a very bad start to this game for Fivec. Persephone has very few hit points, and BBB has the dominant throws. The issue is he's got 2 combo points, so he's often going to be throwing into not much damage. He can throw into Queen for a considerable amount, 22, which is pretty good. He can try to duff out a throw there with that 4. And Leontes is just going to pick all 4 of those cards up. 2, 3, 4, 5, back in hand. Oh, no, sorry. No, he didn't get the knockdown. That's right. That's right. My apologies. So Fivec was looking for a throw. It's like, okay, you've got the dominant neutral attack now. Therefore, you are probably going to be taking advantage of this one opportunity that you have to go in with a throw and really do some damage and start getting those aces in play and stuff like that. So I'm just going to cut that off, put us to range, and then you're not going to be able to throw at all. And then we'll see if I can get something going there. So he's probably got an okay hand for range. Ooh, just does it. Just wake up. Okay, I was wondering if we were going to see any more aces come out. Okay, so even life totals. Low hand size for Fivec, though. That can be dangerous, especially with 3 jacks, 2 aces now in the discard. That is a lot of ways of... a lot of good neutral tools in the discard at the moment. So if he ever gets knocked down and Leontes ever gets a chance to get a good bury your soul off, this could be a very touch and go situation for the robot. Ooh, goes for the Desperation King throw. Leontes not having any of it. Hits him with the 2. Yeah, gets the knockdown. Okay, still just 1 card. Might get the Jack back or the 8. Ooh, gets the 8 back. Okay, interesting. Very interesting. So throwing, again, pretty risky to do against the robot. Without 2 aces in hand, you cannot get knocked down off of an attack. So it's very likely that Leontes is going to be on a dodge throw range. He can mix in a slow jack, but that does risk wake up 2. Yeah, Fivec is like, no, you're not going to throw me anymore. He didn't really have a lot of pressure there. The safe thing to do was just to dodge. Worst thing that happens, literal worst thing that happens is he wakes up with a king throw and then he just doesn't have kings anymore. And you can just spend dodges and blocks to run him out at range. But... see, does he still have kings is the question. How many dodges does he have? Is he willing to block in this situation to try to catch a gold burst or a queen or some desperate play? How much does Leontes... I think Leontes just blocks or dodges this turn. I think that's a very strong likelihood. Because he doesn't... Right now, I'm not sure what Fivec has in hand. I doubt that he has king. So I would probably have dodged there if I could have. Because you don't want to be taking 13 damage a turn. That's a really rough position to be in. That is 3 more turns and he dies type territory. So very even life totals right now. There's the queen. And here we go with the follow-up queen. The junk shot coming out. Claiming a third of the remaining hit points. Leontes down to 26. Again, dodge is going to be very safe for Leontes, but he's just not playing them. He either doesn't have them, or he's just not playing them. Given the fact that he went for that 8th throw, I mean, for most people, I mean, we can make a certain assumption that he probably has fewer dodges than he wants, given that he went for the riskier 8th throw there. I don't think you make that kind of play You don't make that kind of play if you're playing conservatively. The issue I'm having is Leontes often does not play conservatively. So it's very difficult to tell if it actually means anything. Okay, so Fivec probably out of dodges. If you have 2 dodges left, you probably just dodge there instead of blocking, just for the chance to kill. That is now 3 queens in the discard. Nice draws there for Leontes. Here, maybe as Fivec, you just play the queen anyway. Given that we've seen 3 queens gone, there's no other 2.2 speed attacks. Oh, nice. Unless you've got the king. That is the perfect spot to play it. And now you basically mash queen. Okay, picks up an ace. Still very hairy stuff for Leontes here. Fivec may choose to disbelieve this mix-up. It's like, okay, you don't have 2 aces. So long as you don't have 2 aces or another queen, I just play, or a joker, I just play queen here and I win. So what are the odds that I win if I just play queen here? Otherwise, I should just dodge. Ooh, it was real. Okay, so this is going to get knocked down. He's going to get 1 ace back. Pretty much has to get the ace back. He doesn't have the reach to pick up a jack, for instance, and threaten lethal off of a throw. Okay, single ace from Fivec there. Okay, double ace. All right, so the joust is well and truly in session. What's the mix-up? Leontes has to have dodge in it a certain amount of the time because he is outclassed by the attack speed of Piston Hurricane. But he also has to, as a result, have attack in his mix-up a certain amount of the time, because otherwise Wake Up Throw just cleans his clock. Fivec might choose to block here. It's a fairly safe... Ooh, went for the throw. Expected Leontes to respect it. And instead, he's going to be staring down the barrel of that real mix-up. Okay, picks up a queen. It's an interesting choice. I wonder very much about why the queen instead of the 7. It could be that he needs it for additional power-ups. He could already have a 7 in hand. If you have a king in hand, you guaranteed pick up one of these 7s. You do not want to lose to a throw clash. Or you don't want to lose on throw speeds against a BBB who is, just happens to be holding another 7 in hand. Still has to deal with the 0.2 speed mix-up here. So a very similar situation, except he now has ammo. There's a known dodge in play. So maybe this is a bait. If he's got the 7, I think you play the 7 throw here. Oh, yeah, see, that was the smart stuff. He outsmarted himself. No, that was really smart stuff. So again, the reasoning is, so look, okay, I didn't pick up a 7. I picked up a known dodge. Yeah, I can sympathize. Yeah, so he picked up a known dodge. He didn't pick up any throws. He's got 2 7s in the discard. Fivec has 2 7s in his discard. So I was like, oh, okay. If I'm Fivec, I'm like, okay, well, he probably doesn't have another 7. I could have a 7. Like, I think the 7 option select there was very smart from Leontes. I give kudos to that. On the other hand, wow, this is pretty brutal. Fivec getting the canonical counter pick right off the bat, and going in 20 damage right off the bat. He's going to start. He's going to be at 5 cards in hand. He's going to rely on Gwen's innate And just the scariness of trying to throw Gwen from discouraging. Ooh. Oh, you hate to see that kind of thing happen to a man. That is a lot of damage right off the bat. 5-card Gwen still against 5-card Persephone. 2 aces in the discard, king in the discard. Does Fivec just start blocking here? Or do you continue going in because Persephone is probably out of good options? I could see Desperation Queen here from Leontes. I could see Safe Dodge here from Leontes. So those are both kind of in play, I feel like. So Fivec could be well advised to just block a turn, or dodge a turn if he's got a throw that he doesn't mind setting up for. Okay, goes for another queen. Just trying to cash in that guaranteed damage as quickly as possible. Working on a hell of a life lead here. But Leontes is picking up a few more cards. Blocks there instead of dodging. Ooh, gets him with the 3 attack. This could be good. Something into, so 3-4-5. Yeah, 3-4-5 is good. Get the single ace back. Only does 3 damage and does put Gwen at 8 cards on this next turn. So that's unfortunate. Still, you have the threat of Mistress's Command at least. So Mistress's Command or dodge into Mistress's Command. See how Fivec reacts to this. If he's got a 2 and a Joker, very, very safe plays available to him. On the other hand, he might choose to defer. Oh, okay, no. So likely Leontes goes for... Oh, wow, okay, I'm surprised he didn't go for a Mistress's Command there, trying to set something up. Gwen, incredibly difficult to get any kind of lockdown against, just because her hand grows so quickly. So probably in retrospect, that is the better decision to make. You get the knockdown, you get the second ace in hand. So you're only really worried about Wake Up Queen here. You can elect to just dodge again if you think your opponent is not going to is going to attack into a possible throw. Okay, gets the knockdown. Game looking much more even now. Exactly even life totals. Probably don't pick up the 10 because it's not all that useful. It chooses to get the 2 and the 4 instead of any of the 3s. That is now 3 3s in the discard, I think? Yes. Okay. 3 4s in the discard. Okay, yeah, leaves a single ace in discard for that recursion. So notably, he has 3 aces in hand right now. Got 1 off of the knockdown and then picked up 2 with the powered up 4s. He's got very safe avenues of play here if he expects Fivec to go for a wake up 10 block. You can just play ace-ace, go for chip damage with the counter. That is one thing that Persephone at least has against Gwen. Okay, goes for another throw on knockdown, not allowing himself to be discouraged. Putting Fivec in the hurting place. And this is where I probably I would pick up the 10 at this point. Just pick up the 10 just in case like you get it's not to control his hand, but just to potentially, like, you can snag a Joker. That's a high value pick. Any queen you happen to land on is a high value pick. You probably have enough cards, like you probably don't have enough power up fodder and other stuff that you don't need, like, explicitly to have any of those other resources. So I don't know. I think the Barrier Soul is probably something that I would pick up here. It's like a 1 in 10 shot of getting a Joker. Well, slightly less if we're counting if it's already in his hand as a possibility too. Okay, so slightly less than 1 in 10, but then you add the queen to that, you add the king to that, add the 2s to that. This could be very dangerous. Leontes just doesn't want to play safe stuff. Although I guess, you know, dodging is not extremely safe either. And he doesn't want to spend ace-ace into a potential block. But I don't think Fivec, and especially Gwen, is the kind of character that is going to sit back. Okay, that makes a lot more sense now. Yeah, 3 basically just fast enough to beat out the slow side of Jack. Just so you have the ability to play the Joker. Okay, there we go. Yeah, and catches the Queen, so that's absolutely fantastic. So he's going to be able to deny that card as well. Okay, yeah, here we go. We're going fishing. Let's see. We've got... could start pulling out throws. So I probably get rid of the 2 8s and the Queen. Okay. So elected to get rid of the Jack as well. I mean, the Jack is good damage. It's good filler. You're probably never going to play anything as Persephone that's slower than 3.6, just to deny the risk, especially at this life total. Ooh, there's the dodge. Another face down. Okay. I think you have to, yeah, you have to let that go. You cannot, you cannot choose to pay that 10 health. That would be incredibly dangerous. Not without the second Joker absolutely being in discard. I think that is too big a risk to take. Okay, yeah, giving the 4 seems reasonable. You want to deny the 3. 3.0 speed is good speed. Oh, okay. All right, he's going to hold the 8 hostage. 3 10s in the discard, so that's probably the end of Barrier Soul. Ooh, boy. Here's where things get spooky. Wow, that's a lot of damage. That is a tremendous amount of damage. Dodge into anything is very scary. Okay. Single ace and 2 mystery cards. What are the odds here? Yeah, so you deny the 8. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3 10s, 2 7s. Fairly low odds that he's got another dodge. Very high odds that it's anything else. Wow. Wow. That was pretty sick. I like it. Play scared, get bopped. In Leontes' case there. Okay, he's got dodges and blocks, so you can safely throw him. He does not have the other Joker. So long as you can do 8 damage, you win. So this should be GG. Okay, closes it out in stylish fashion, getting the knockdown. All right, so wins the hard counter pick. The random roll counter pick. Yeah, 5-ec reswitching. That makes a lot of sense. Ooh, okay, this is spicy. I like this. I love this format of tournament. Have I mentioned that? I love to watch this play. Like, how often do you get to see Persephone versus Manalker? Not often enough. How often do you get to see Persephone versus BBB? Oh, the first turn! Mistress Command. This man. He's like, remember me? Alright, not much value out of that Barrier Soul. Gets 1 ace. That's kind of nice. Ooh. Alright, we're playing with 2 aces now. This is gonna make the knockdown loop very difficult to achieve. That might have been just a mistake of inattention on Leontes' part. Immediate second ace. Wow. This man does not want to be thrown. Okay, yeah, give him the 5. 5 makes sense. I'm going to try to deny that ace for as long as possible. And then force it to discard. So at least Death Strike Dragon will not be silent. Leontes is playing very, very scared of 7 throw. And now, unfortunately, he's given Minalker a very scary hand. 10 cards versus 6. No damage on the dude yet. The threat of Black King into Black King into Black Jack is very scary. Okay. Fivec saying, you are way too scared to throw me. So I am just going to go ahead and block my way into an ever better hand. This is fine. So Leontes manages to keep his ace. So we're going to see raw third Mistress Command is the question. And does Fivec even really care is the other question. Ooh, okay, it's a red king. That's not too bad. So he's willing to take the risk of dodge here, which makes a lot of sense. If Leontes dodged there, what's the real threat? He can dodge into Mistress Command, and then he, probably just throws a block or counter throws a throw on the next turn, or maybe slow jacks a 7 if you've got it. So playing an attack there makes a lot of sense. Wow. Yeah. Leontes is just he's not reacting to the right range. I think he's just too terrified of or too expectant of Minalker's 7 throw. Now things are gonna get very, very scary. Okay, actually picks up aces. That's interesting to me. Okay, yeah, okay, I guess this makes sense. We've seen, so you've already got one Joker gone. Okay, you've got both Jokers gone. So yeah, you absolutely pay this. This is fine. The question is, do you take the ace or do you take the other Joker? I think you probably just take the ace. Yeah. If you really, so here's the thing. If you really, even if Leontes has a Joker here, so what do you do this turn? Let's pretend you have Death Strike Dragon as 5-ec. You just dodge here. Like, who cares? If he has the Joker, you just wait a turn. He has to play a card. You might deal him 55 damage, in which case he goes down to 1 card in hand, and your next dodge is guaranteed. So here we go. I expect this to be a face down and a... oh, okay, never mind. He's just going to take it. Yep. Makes a lot of sense as well. So basically, Death Strike Dragon was landing... Like, unless Leontes was literally right, every single combat win for the rest of this game, he was going to take 55 damage. Yeah, there it is. Closes it out. Okay. All right, Fivec is on match point. Leontes has to win against Minalker with this random character. Okay, this is a good match for Valerie, I think. Valerie can apply a lot of pressure. She doesn't really need to be that scared of Minalker throws. 7 throws are a little scary, and the only worry I have is that Leontes is just too scared of 7 throw. Depending on your hand, just blocking and taking the 7 throw is just fine. Okay, I mean, it's better to beat it, absolutely. But occasionally just getting thrown is perfectly valid. Okay, Manelker or Fivec chooses to spend a card to avoid a bunch of random damage. Leontes is probably pretty happy with that king. It defeated 2 cards and dealt 6 and beat a 7 throw. Okay, early throws here from Leontes. Fivec maybe feeling him out, seeing what kind of Valerie he's going to play. Are you going to play a more cautious control style Valerie? Are you going to go in with something? So this is a posture. This knockdown, this early 7 into knockdown, no follow-up. I like it a lot. I don't like early follow-ups for Valerie. Is usually a mix-up opportunity. So this is posturing like you're going to go for a cross-up play. So I like the patience from Leontes blocking the queen. Fairly likely that Manelker is going to start with at least 1 reversal option in hand, and getting that additional card is beauty. Nice. I like Block City right now. He played the last game very impatient, very anti-throw against throws that never came. Now he's putting, it's an exact reversal of the last game. So Manelker is down at 6 cards. Valerie is sitting at 11. There's a lot of threats all over the place. Fivec getting desperate with some normals. He is going to get himself that risk there of playing the 4 into a possible 2 or 3 or 4 opener from Leontes. Does pay off. It does get him an additional card. So that's pretty good. He's back up at 7 cards. That's at least a reasonable kind of, he gets a few more plays this way than he otherwise would. 2 queens in the discard though. That's important. Okay, the 2 looking for a counter poke. So that 2 tells me that he's got a 10 in hand. If Fivec opened up with a king, which now that he's got 2 queens in the discard, and Leontes still has 76 hit points, so even raw queens are not going to deal a tremendous amount of damage. This could be very bad. This could be very, very bad. Okay, tosses a 4. Less normals in hand. Does Fivec use this opportunity just to look for a baited joker? No, goes in. Does he have the king and the jack? He does not. Oh, he's got something even better. Whew! Thank goodness. And this is an opportunity for Leontes to close this match out. So he needed that joker if Fivec was going to go in there. I don't disagree with going in there. But yeah, just unfortunate that Leontes already had the first joker in hand. I mean, if he didn't, he just dies there, so that's good as well. All right, let's see how much is behind this. Could just take the 4, yeah. So Leontes happy with that combat reveal. Sure, Manelker's back up at 6 cards, but again, there's a lot of scary stuff in his discard. 2 queens, a king, 2 aces. He's really only got normals, kings, and maybe jacks to really do much with. And there we go. Big, desperate normals trying to fend off throws. Leontes opening them up with a safe king. This could be a joker. It is not. Going to take his 22 damage and collect 2 aces as well. And Manelker already at 36 hit points. So a 30 hit point lead. Could have been a much closer situation if that joker had not been in Leontes' hand, or if he had chosen not to play it. I think if you have the joker, you almost guaranteed mash it there. Ooh, good throw. So this could be tricky stuff. Does he have the joker or not? He does. Okay, good stuff. Use the bait from the last turn to guarantee the prevented damage. Ordinarily not tremendously good. Like it's usually worse to joker against throws than it is attacks, because your opponent may decide, oh well, you know, hey, I'm already winning this combat. I'm already knocking you down. This throw takes 2 cards out of your hand. That's pretty good too. I get a good setup on the next turn, so maybe I just hold on to this stuff. But Leontes was like, okay, well, you didn't have it last turn, right? Or else you would have played it because it was a king start. So I'll take this opportunity. And smart Joker management there from Fivec, unless he top decked it. But I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Leontes had a big hand, but he hadn't yet powered up for any aces. So it's not guaranteed that he would have had that really explosive damage in hand. And the other thing too is if he has the 2 aces, that's you know, the starter king is not a normal, and then 2 aces, that's 3 combo points. He only gets 1 ace back. So it's unlikely he's going to take a massive amount of damage. Better to use it on the following turn when the aces are known in hand, and you could see something like throw 6 ace ace or another normal string into recurring aces. Okay, so Fivec has taken Leontes's Joker out of the equation, so that is both Jokers now gone. Ooh, this could be scary. Does he have 2 of them? Needs 2 10s. He's got them. No counters from Manelker, and he's on low cards anyway. Depending on Leontes' hand, this could be a good decision here. Another face down. Leontes just goes in. Big damage, pays off. 2 cards left for Fivec. 5 hit points remain. So any normal throw is going to win. We have probably seen the last burst of speed, so Valerie is likely to be an honest character from here on out. Nice, I like the orb. It only really loses to dodge, and not very much, because we've got 2 jacks in the discard, so he can't dodge into a bunch of jacks. We've got 4 aces in the discard, so it's unlikely he's going to dodge into much there. Could see dodge into 7 just for the setup and see what we've got, but he's got a fairly low hand size. What's he going to pick? Okay, picks aces. So that's 2 aces remaining in the discard. Maybe picking queens. Well, I suppose, yeah, that doesn't really matter. Your aces are going to, basically queens and aces are equivalent on this side of the board because they're going to lose to queens from 5x side, and they're going to beat anything else anyway. Oh my god. Okay, well, this is something. Interesting, you take the 9 instead of the 10. Huh. Okay, yeah, so the mix-up is 10 throw or just ace. If 5x got a queen, I think you just mash it here. Or you could go for tricky stuff. You could just dodge. Dodge is very safe. He's got a wake up 10 throw. That's pretty scary. Had to wake up 10 throw or block there. So now he's got 10 and a mystery card in hand. That's a lot of throws gone. That's practically all of his throws. If he's gonna win, he's gotta have to win with a 10 throw. I think 5x just gonna block or dodge or play safe stuff. How many dodges does he have left? 2, 4, 5. But again, what are the odds that he's going to draw into anything? So we know the 10 is guaranteed a throw. He could draw his way into another 7 or an 8, so he's not entirely out of those. Fivec does have to keep attack in his range a little bit. Queen is not lethal on chip, so he can block one more time. Jack or aces is going to be, though. Ooh, just trying to chip him out, and it's not working yet. What is he going to dodge into? Is this just going to be a raw dodge? Yeah. Hanging on to whatever he's got. Scary stuff. When does Leontes pick his time to throw with that 10? Or has he drawn something good to throw with? Oh, and that's going to do it. Closes it out with the king. Nice draw on that one. Gets to option select blocks and anything but a queen. And even if he loses to the queen, he's not going to die. So we go to the game 7. The hype is real. So difficult choice for Fivec here. Does he Re-random himself. So again, does he play a random character against Valerie, or does he play Manelker against a random character? It's time to do some math here. How many bad matchups? How did you feel about the way that Leontes was playing Valerie? Do you think you can play? Do you think you can beat? Do you think you can beat his Valerie specifically? Okay, no. So Manelker will remain. I hope we get Manelker mirrors. I'm calling Manelker mirrors right now. Cannon battle. Ooh, Vendetta. Okay. Interesting. All right, so Manelker has a couple of really good options against Vendetta. His kings are very good at tying, at clashing. His queens are very good. He can play kind of a block queen, block king style if he wants, if he can get away with it. The risk, though, is that both of these characters are kind of glass cannon-y. They can deal a tremendous amount of damage off of a random combat win once they get some good cards. Ooh, that's not a great start for Leontes. Ooh, that's rough. Gets hit with the 4. How much is behind this, though, is the question. 4, 5, 6 jack? Or double ace. That would be the real terror. Okay, no, still big damage. He's going to go up to... Going to have 6 cards in hand on this next turn. And so is Leontes. One of those is an ace. So already 20 hit points down. That explosive Manelker damage. So he probably does not have a queen or a jack. So that's a pretty good read. Question is he just going to play the safe ace? Or is he going to take some risk here? Goes for the 7th throw, gets counter 7th throwed. Okay, no additional cards spent. So again, just took 7 damage there. That's not too bad. Still, Leontes evening up the life totals. Getting a good mix-up here. Manelker's aces are not 1.0 speed, so we could see the king attack come out. No, he does not have another king in hand. We probably would have seen that. Plays the safe stuff. Fivec going, yeah, okay. I'll block against a 2-poke. That's the thing I'm most worried about. Ooh, 2-poke is real. Manelker starts building a hand. Leontes will as well, because he does get the normal attacks back. So they're building fairly evenly. So I'm wondering who that really favors. I think it probably favors the one with the highest life total. Fivec we know has an ace in hand, so I think that's going to be an advantaged combat or a combat win for him, really. Gets a little bit more hand information as well, which is important. There we go. We see the clash. So Leontes will discard a card. He will take 6 damage. He will not get his 2 back. I think Fivec can still afford to play pretty attack heavy right now. Leontes has not really shown that he is willing to block. He's probably a little bit wary of 7 throws and just throws in general. So I don't think we see... Oh, no. That is really rough. I'm very surprised by that combat reveal. Oh my god, that's even... that is a brutal turn. That is an absolutely brutal turn. Oof. So the reason the acrobatics came out is he was worried about combo into dodge into ace at least. The classic. Nice stuff. Okay, making the moves, making the plays he needs to. So he knew. I called that. So he knew his Joker had an expiry date, and Fivec also was like, okay, yeah, like. Oh man, that's rough, buddy. So 2 aces in Leontes' corner. Do we see immediate queen from Fivec? Does he go for a gutsy throw, or does he decide not to make a decision and just go for a dodge here? See if Leontes will get crazy. Go for the immediate triple ace. Single 2 and a single 3 in the discard. No other dodges spent, so a fair amount of dodges possibly in his hand. Block, block. Neither player feeling confident in either their reads or the odds that they would that Fivec would be able to make a gutsy throw there. Okay, gets rid of an acrobatics. That is going to cut down on the remaining jokers in Leontes' deck. He does still have 2 more. There are none left in the discard. He's probably only going to get a single additional acrobatics because the next one is very likely a high priority target. Ooh, gets undercut by the 7 throw. This is going to hurt. So we might see a bluff here. Or he could just say, okay, well, if you spend the aces, I know I'm a low health character, but might be able to get away with it. Okay, no, just spends the Joker. Leontes happy to see that gone. Are we going to see Wake Up Joker from Fivec? I think this is more than likely a dodge. We haven't seen any queens spent. Yeah. Haven't seen any queens spent from Fivec, so I don't think Leontes feels comfortable going in. Unfortunately, that's probably the time when you most need to go in. Okay, confirming queen? No, getting additional ace. So that is 2 known aces. All right, 3 known aces in Fivec's hand. So counter throw Death Strike Dragon or dodge into Death Strike Dragon? That is the question. I think as Fivec here, I play as safe as possible. I think I go, Leontes is a nut. Wow. Wow. How did he do it? How did he know? So this is where things could go desperately badly for Fivec. Okay, immediate combo into nothing else, just ace-ace. So it doesn't give him a very massive life lead. It could be a very awkward hand. Very likely does not have a queen. I think you spend a queen there to combo into a little bit more damage. And you're really not going to be spending the queen on anything except follow-up, so it's basically a dead card in your hand, unless you've got enough of them that you can power up for aces again. Yeah, you know, decisions. I think you play as Leontes here. You play as if queen doesn't exist, but kings do. I know there's 4 queens like mixing around. He's got a 1 in 7 chance of having or a 4 in 7 chance or something, some equivalent. No, it's not 4 in 7, but there's some amount of queens mixed in there. But if you get hit by queen, if you lose to 4 queens in a row, then you've lost to 4 queens in a row. The bigger risk is getting hit by a can opener king. Okay, went for the rip your face off king play here. Fivec going back to being patient, noticing that Leontes is not willing to throw. Very likely stock on a difficult hand. No jacks, no blackjacks specifically. No aces means there's a lot of potential damage that just isn't around to call on. So could be stuck on kind of awkward normals. Okay, blocks a queen, that's good. Leontes not going in too quickly. Fivec not really on a hand where he can get tremendously punishing throws. The only throws you really want to throw with as Manelker are, when you're on a middling hand, are Deathstrike Dragon or 7 throw, because they accomplish something other than deal damage, which your throws really just don't. Otherwise, if you're throwing, you're going to be on high hand. Ooh, there we go. Gets the throw in. Leontes still fishing for queens. I don't know about that. I don't know about that acrobatics. I really don't. Like, what could he have in hand that a 9 throw would be that scary? 6 into jack. King, pump, pump. But you're not dead to that either. And unless it's the other black king specifically. I don't know. I think that might have been an error. Oh, big counterpoke 5. This is the one you want to be acrobaticsing. This has potential to really refuel his hand. There's the black king. Could be big damage off of this. It's not going to be 45, but it is going to put a dent in. Ooh, boy. Yeah, that's a hell of a dent. 2 cards left, 30 hit points. And Leontes is sitting on 11. Random queen is going to take this game. Gets single ace back. So we could have triple ace in the house. Random throw is going to win. 2 7s in the discard. 1 7 in the discard. So Leontes still has the opportunity to have the dominant throw in hand. So he's got to calculate that attack is going to be somewhere in this mix-up. Dodge is very safe from Fivec. Very safe. Okay, just plays the queen. Does he have the other joker? Just goes for it. Does he have it? He does. 3 cards in hand, all jokers spent. Yeah, that's rough. I mean, you definitely go for it in that situation. I mean, the odds are okay that he has it. The queen play is very is the safest possible play there. It's guaranteed not to lose. Okay, that's the last acrobatics gone. It wasn't in the hand, so you got that at least. Jack becomes kind of good. It's at least 2.4 speed. 2s are still as ever relevant. Again, queen is still lethal. Oh, and that's it. That's game. Nicely played by Fivec. Oh, yeah, there was just garbage in the hand, wasn't there? Combo escape with the queen. Go on. Yeah. Nicely played. Good stuff by Fivec. Unfortunate that he had for Leontes that he had the second joker, but hey, you had this. You had the other dodge. could have dodged again, but again, you didn't have. Still had the threat of triple ace, but yeah, tough plays there at the end. Definitely tough plays. Nicely done. Cool mix of matchups. So thanks everybody for watching. Hope you enjoyed the games, and until next time, enjoy yourself some Yomi. Cheers.